Salvete omnes. Let's continue with the Aeneid, Book 1. Remember, at the beginning of this speech, this is Aeneas talking. Rex erat Aeneas nobis, quo justior alter nec pietate fuit, nec bello maiore armis, quem si fata virum servant, si vescetur aura aeterea neque ad huc crudelibus occupat umbris. Non metus, officio nec te certat sed priorem paeneteat. Sunt et seculis regionibus urbes armaque Trojano qua sanguine clarus acestes. The king for us was Aeneas, than who another was not more fair with respect to pietas, nor greater with respect to war and weapons. If the fates allow which man, if the fates save, servo servare, save which man, if he feeds upon the heavenly air, and he does not lie at this time with the cruel shades, with the cruel ghosts, shadows, umbra, ghost, shadow, shade. There is no fear, and may it not be a regret for you to have struggled to be the first in your duty. There are both cities in Sicilian regions and weapons, and famous Acestes from Trojan blood. So remember, as I said, this is Ilioneus talking. He's one of the Trojan leaders who is traveling with Aeneas. Maximus Ilioneus. So he is continuing to speak with Queen Dido here. And this is his first mention of Aeneas, I believe. So the king for us was Aeneas. He's telling her all about Aeneas. But she probably knew about Aeneas' existence, she just hasn't met him, she doesn't know a lot about him. Then who another was not more just, more fair with respect to pietas, nor was another greater in respect to war and weapons. As I have noted out here, all of these three underlines are ablatives of respect. No other was greater with respect to pietas, greater with respect to war, with respect to weapons. If the fates save which man, this man, if he feeds upon the upper air, this is basically just a fancy way of saying if he breathes, if he's living, if he's feeding upon the air, it's just saying if he's alive, if he's breathing. And now this, remember, Wescore is a deponent and it is a puff V. Remember, puff V is the acronym we use for verbs that take the ablative instead of the accusative or dative as the direct object. So that's why the direct object, aura, is ablative singular, as you can see here by the macron over the A. So that the puff V, you can see it falls as the V, Wescore, potior, utor, fruor, fungor, Wescore. So that's why Wescator is underlined as a puff V and takes the ablative. And at this time, he does not lie with the cruel ghosts. So that's saying if he's not in the underworld right now, then there is no fear. So we're saying if Aeneas is alive, there's no fear for us. We trust him. We would be so happy if he's alive. It may not pain you to have been the first or to have struggled to be the first in your duty. And this here he's talking to Queen Dido, Te. So he's saying if Aeneas is alive, then you really have no fear either. Well, there's no fear for us, and if you treat us right, then our king will be grateful to you, he'll be pleased with you, and you'll have a new ally, and you won't regret to have been the first to have served his people. There are cities in Sicilian regions. And remember, we have an et here, so you might want to say there are both cities in Sicilian regions, and another quae, and then another quae. This is definitely some polysyndeton right here. Remember, polysyndeton is just many, many conjunctions all strung together. So now he's actually addressing what it would be like if Aeneas were dead. So if Aeneas is dead, there are cities, urbes, in Sicilian regions. So he's talking about Sicily, remember? And weapons, and famous Acestes from Trojan blood. Acestes is a king in Sicily who is clearly from Trojan blood, so he's from Trojan descent, and that means he's hospitable and he's an ally to these Trojan men traveling with Ilioneus and Aeneas. So if Aeneas is gone, they're saying, we're going to go to Sicily and we're going to team up with our ally, Claudius Acestes, so that we have a new host and a new king. Because he's from Trojan blood, he'll help us out, we know him. And so it's kind of saying also, if you help us, even if Aeneas is dead, then you'll have the thanks of famous Acestes, and he can be a new ally for you. And then now here, look at this arma. So there are also weapons in this land, right? So maybe Ilioneus is throwing in a slight little threat. Maybe he's speaking to the power of Claudius Acestes in the Sicilian regions. He's saying, you know, we have weapons there. Maybe Acestes could protect them if Dido was being bad. Maybe he'd take revenge. Or maybe he's just speaking to the power. He's saying it's a powerful place. They've got weapons, got a great king. So he's just saying, we have powerful allies, and they'll help you.